Hey guys, quick shout out to my friend Carl Hurt. He hooked me up with this awesome bottle of Kraken. It is special edition #1. So, it's awesome job, dude. Thank you very much. I'm going to enjoy this. As promised, here is my bonus footage. This is your 2015 bonus footage. It is of me and Haas USMC, the Dave Biggers experience, and a little bit of him and himself, Tim Morris, just sitting around shooting shit about stuff. Anyway, this is what you get, and Happy New Year's, motherfuckers. You enjoy yours, watch this if you want, and I'm gonna go unleash the fucking Kraken. Hey guys, Gary here. I'm here with
the Haas USMC
and
the Dave Biggers experience.
Dave Biggers.
As if you didn't already know.
Right.
It's an experience.
We experienced the experience just
Every
this
day.
week.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yep.
So we did the high-risk civilian contracting medical package this week. Haas and I did as students. Dave was out there as an instructor.
Yep.
A fine instructor until he gave me a left testicle injury.
Injuries were getting boring.
Which I happily packed and secured.
Yes.
Yeah.
Direct pressure. There was direct pressure.
I very carefully and tenderly pushed his testicles back into the sack, packed the wound, and wrapped it.
Yes.
I did I
Hey,
not?
you can only have so many broken legs, so many third-degree burns.
If I'm
and it's
not
like,
mistaken,
I got to have something else
in order
going
to
on.
pack that package, it took 2 H bandages.
Well, actually, it took 2 H bandages to wrap it up. That is true. I also had to use 3 compressed gauzes to get in there, though.
As I recall, it was a single shear strip.
It was a 4x4.
Folded nap.
It was a wet nap.
And I do recall somebody saying, "See, I told you we should have brought the tampons."
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know I heard that said.
I missed that part.
If there was an opportunity to use one.
Yeah.
Of course,
But
we could have
then,
packed it with dirt.
the best part about it,
I
though,
remember somebody saying that a lot.
the best part, though, is that we had the medical class, and we had an actual medical injury during the class, and I treated it, and Biggers was there.
Yes.
It is true.
Yes.
He's like, "Ow, my elbow, it hurts! Oh my God!" And Biggers is like,
Actually, he'd been saying that for 2 days, and I'm like, I'm not saying shit because this is a medical class. If these guys don't get the fact that there is a medical thing, then we're really just pissing in the wind.
Yep.
And then you leapt into action.
"Yeah, I did. I leapt into
You
action,
leapt into action.
and I secured it to your gear.
Yes, I
used your gear to support your elbow.
Yep, he did.
all done up, and
Yeah.
it felt better.
Can you tell it's not my first? It's not the first time I've addressed an injury.
You were very professional.
You hooked him up. You did hook him up.
I was asking for morphine, but no morphine.
Yeah,
that
one of
stuff
the
is
other dudes
precious.
had already used that.
I can't give up my morphine.
It's like, where did all the cigarettes go? I have no idea.
Don't know.
What's that?
Nature boy.
Nothing.
Woo.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here. How come I got the short fucking chair? This is bullshit.
So that you look eye to eye with me,
Yeah. If you look, we're almost equal. Here.
and none of us are the same height.
It's like we're socialists.
Because there are people watching this going, man, fucking Haas is short, because I know Gary is like this tall.
Okay.
My feet are swinging
We
on
did
the
a
rocking
video
chair.
together where he stood on a box, so we'd be on the same level just to see if anybody would notice.
Yeah.
I don't think they did. You
No,
remember that?
Really?
There's actually a case of 12 gauge ammunition in the video room for me to stand on,
Yeah.
so that I can be in frame.
Because he's as wide as I am. You know, he's a little shorter.
I did that
that's
with
all.
Don Numbers, and the people were like, "Oh, they're twins."
You should
Not
just be like
quite.
randomly pick different heights. So in every video, you're like a different height.
So when people finally
like
come to
that.
class, they're like, "Shit, I had no idea how tall you were."
I couldn't tell. Yeah.
But we had a good time at class.
Yep. Yeah. There was only a few bad instances of not really doing what we were supposed to be doing, but for the most part we were locked on as a group.
as a group.
What if you just skeletonize your body?
I'm working on it.
He already has a bunch. He's a lot more skeletonized than he was.
Yeah, Gary's walking every day.
Yeah, even when my team yells at me for it. You can't walk, you're retarded.
We were going to let you walk in the middle of the night, though.
No, because it's scary in the dark.
Out here on the highway, yeah. I mean, if you don't get run over by a redneck, you're going to get hit by a deer, like I did.
Or not on by the coyotes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
They might think you were a treat.
I welcome them. I welcome them.
Gary, all you see is flames coming out as Gary's like,
Fucking coyotes! Wake me up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
he's
Oh,
good.
yeah, they are bastards.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are bastards.
You
Yes.
guys need some night vision out here
Yep.
and a suppressor.
Oh, I know. I know.
I'll let you borrow my night
Well, we
vision.
got something big.
Do you want to? I'll trade you my night vision scope for your Trigicon. You see those wheels turning? They're turning.
Kind of night vision scope.
Ooh.
I would have at this point already said deal.
Well, yeah, I'll show it to you later.
They've
They
said
have
that
an
before.
NSN on it that's scratched out.
No, it doesn't. No, it's from ATN.
I like the way you backtrack there really quickly. Well,
It's the X. I didn't want to start name dropping products.
no,
It's
no,
not
no,
a
no,
product
no.
review.
I'm teasing you.
No.
Yep,
No.
we will talk.
Yes, it's not a product review, even though we are supporting Southeast Traders and Galco Gun Leather.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
This is
And not Jack Daniels.
not.
And
Yeah.
if you people from
Damn.
Jack Daniels are watching, fuck
I
you.
like Galco. I just got the ankle glove from them.
Yep.
And I got my I don't know what I call him, my marketing director, I guess. He's been wearing it, and he loves it. So I'm not going to say, I guess, who he is, but because he works at a place where he can't carry, and that's why he has it.
Yep.
So,
Nice.
and
Got to my boys.
Yeah.
I used to say my boys and my girls, but
Yeah.
my girl Rachel is no longer there.
Oh yeah,
But they are my.
Yeah.
I know a whole lot of people at Geico. They're good folks.
yeah. So he's running that, and then I think he's running the. He was going to run the what was it? I won't say that yet. It'll be in the review. But he is using the Galco, what's it called? Vault, ankle vault. It's like a spot for like your wallet and one mag. So he's using both.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know. If
I
he's
have
using it for his
a
wallet, so.
I have a dual Glock,
Dual
Miami
Glock.
Classic rig,
Really nice.
Old school.
That's cool.
just because.
He thinks
Why
he's
not?
Don Johnson.
Just
not?
just because.
Why not? You know what I really like? One of the things that totally makes me like this, that there was a, I don't know if it was a movie or a game or something, but there was this guy that had a black 1911 and a white 1911, and he carried them behind his back, and the two facing outward, which is like the stupidest thing ever. First of all, it's their 1911s. Second of all, they're painted white and black, and third of all, they're carrying smaller back. But
they
it
did.
looked cool.
They did most of that in Face Off.
Yeah, maybe that was
Only
it.
one was gold and one was silver.
Oh, it must have been a different show then.
But
I'm
yeah,
thinking of
back
the
to back, that's the first time I ever saw him like
Oh
that.
man, that looks cool.
That was the evil character had those.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm thinking of the one where I think it's, what's the guy's name? He was Batman, the good Batman, not the crappy ones.
Christian Bale?
Christian Bale, and he's like in the future, and he's like a cop, but they have no emotions or whatever. And if they show emotion, then they throw him into like a emotion prison or whatever. And like it's his job to like go out and chase these people down that have emotions, but he's like secretly not taking his emotion suppressants and whatever. Anyway, then he ends up killing all the people that are bad. So in that one, he carries some badass guns. But it was cool.
It's funny because everything I hear about Christian Bale is he's like one of the most emotional actors ever.
Yeah.
Everybody hates his fucking guts. It's like good actor, miserable human fucking being.
Watch, like next week, I'm gonna be.
Well,
Christian
Yeah, you'll
Bale's gonna
see
be
him.
like,
Boom!
yeah, he's gonna be like,
You Hoss USMC, motherfucker!
you were in that video with that asshole Biggers.
Christian and I were in a movie together.
Oh, that's right.
You may have heard of it, The Dark Knight Rises.
I like the way he says that.
Yeah, how was he? How was he cool?
We were never in a scene together, but Tom Hardy's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is.
He played Bane.
Oh.
He was also in Inception.
Mad Max.
Yeah.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, I just saw like part of that. It was
Yeah, we watched it in the team room a couple days ago.
Oh yeah.
Also in
you know, that's the problem with watching movies around here is like everybody just wants to talk during the movie, and so you're just like, why bother watching the movie?
That's what movies are for.
No, I want to talk or watch a movie, one or the other. I'm one of those.
Look, Tim's fast forwarding.
He's
He does that.
going to the parts where they
He
kill.
does that a lot.
He's watching Last of the
Kill the
Mohicans.
British.
Yeah, he just wants to see the British get killed.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
I did a
Oh,
review.
major tomahawk shit coming up here.
Oh, yeah.
I just did a video the other day on a AK bandolier pouch thing for AK mags, and I was like, man, it would be cool. I had my AK, and I was like, man, it'd be great if the British were coming up the road right now. I was like, Lexington and Concord, give me a satchel and an AK, and I'll handle it. 700 British troops. Okay, 2 satchels.
I can work with this. The second half will leave by the time I'm done with the first half.
You'd think so. Yeah. Like, there's only one. There's only one of them. Keep going. Hi, he's killing us all.
You know, but the coolest thing about the Revolutionary War, among many cool things,
Was that
up
they were
until that point in time, Britain was the predominant military power in the world. They had the #1 navy. They had the best trained, or at least it was thought of, army in the world. In the fucking world.
Yeah.
Dave knows he was a lieutenant in the British Army before the split.
Yeah.
And then he was moved up to a captain with the colonists.
In the British Army.
Yeah.
Well, prior to the split, and then when you joined the colonists, you were upgraded to captain.
He's aging himself right now.
Yeah.
I'm aging myself.
No, I just think there's like, there's.
They say that possibly Mel Gibson's character in The Patriot is loosely based off of the Dave
Biggers.
Biggers experience.
The Dave Biggers experience. Which, I mean, that 200 and some years.
I can
of
see that.
I
experience.
don't think that's really possible because I think I sprang up from the bosom of Texas, so I cannot possibly have ever been.
What if you
an
went?
Englishman.
What if you were in the bosom of Texas and then went to the colonies?
Then I would not be a pale face. I would be something else.
You're kind of like a vampire.
I'd be like a Comanche or some shit. Yeah.
There should be, there should be a comic book about Dave Biggers.
There should be.
Whoa, dude, brilliant idea right now. There should be comic books about you guys.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
Yes.
All these guys are like perfect comic book characters. Yep. Dave Biggers.
I got Jay.
Boy.
Jay for fact. Calvin easily.
Tim.
Tim.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Tim's like a standalone. Only nobody would believe it. You're just like, where do you come up with those stories for Tim? That's crazy made up shit. No, it's just Tim.
That's
That's
true.
just Tim. Yeah.
No,
are
that's
true
the real
stories.
part.
That would be an adult-only comic. Like, you'd have to provide ID.
Yeah, that is actually true. He's not joking. Yeah.
We still have to merchandise the Jay Gibson starter kit.
Yes.
The dual Glock holsters.
Well, it's the black T-shirt.
The black T-shirt.
Yep. Black
Shorts.
T-shirt, green shorts. Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
Green hat is optional. It's an upgrade.
Yeah, green
Hey,
hat
you
is
know what?
optional.
I actually own a pair of Jay Gibson shoes.
Yeah,
And
no
I-
shit.
and I
Yeah,
wear
I do
them.
too.
Yep. And I wear them. Yep.
Everybody that knows Jay,
Yeah.
that's anywhere near his foot size, probably has a pair of Jay Gibson shoes. I'm not joking. Jay likes to get it. Jay's like, yeah, I got 3 T-shirts, and that's too many. So I'm gonna give one of these T-shirts away. Does anybody here want one? I'm not.
Yeah.
I really wish I was joking. I'm
I
really
have-
not.
Hey, but Gary, what size do you wear? Large. Here.
Yeah, every now and then
But
he's
I-
like,
okay.
I realize that I have 2 pair of shoes, and I only wear 1 pair of shoes at a time. So I'm hoarding, and that's not right. Here, who needs these?
Yeah.
But Jay, I'm pretty sure, and I've heard other people say this about him as well. If he's not punishing himself, he's not happy. And
I don't know if he punishes himself. I don't
so,
get that.
so I
I've
try
heard
that in like
said.
small doses. I'm like, you know what? I kind of like it.
You know what? Last year, there was a problem with my banking card and all that, and it got canceled because of some potential fraudulent charges, which I will say is from some of the local places here. There was
We do not need to talk about this at all. Hey, look, they're killing
What?
redcoats again. I already know where you're going with this. Here, look, they're killing redcoats.
What?
Nothing.
I was talking about Jay.
Oh, carry on.
I'm
Oh,
talking
never
about
mind.
Yeah. So anyway, the bank screwed me over. But the point is that I got to stay here in Camden for a little while, and every day I would see Jay.
You were a good house guest.
I would see Jay every morning, and we'd come out right here, and we'd stand right about where I'm sitting, and we'd watch the sun come up right over here. And Jay would stand here, and he would say, "You know what? Today is going to be a good day." And I was like, "Man."
And he usually starts off with,
"Man,
hello, sir."
yeah.
That's the first thing he says every morning.
Yeah.
That is the morning. Here's the mornings, the way that they go around here. Jay or I are usually the first ones up. Most of the time it's Jay. Every now and then I beat him. Yeah. And then we have the morning, hello, sir, hello, sir.
Yeah.
And then at some point later, usually just before we leave, Tim will come out. It's like, good morning, Tim. Oh, just go fuck yourself. And they're like, well, yep, okay, and we're on.
And anyway, I just thought, man, this guy's he's got a line on something here about, you know, and we used to talk about positive mental attitude in the military and stuff, and I was like, this guy's he's on to something. And so I try to do that when I get up in the morning. I walk out in the living room and I say, today's gonna be a good day. So positive mental attitude.
I like it. Yep.
It's good stuff.
He's got a lot going on for him, our boy Jay. He is very deep. He's a lot deeper than I first thought.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He really is. He's a lot deeper.
Yeah. He was in my my first class at Tactical Response. It was Jay and James.
Yeah.
And what was weird was afterwards, and you know, this is like pre-YouTube days, so not as many people knew who James was, but the people that knew I was going to the class were like, "Oh, what's Jaeger like?" Because you know, he's all over internet forums and stuff. And,
right.
Already starting to be controversial.
Oh, I'm sorry, you said internet forums.
Forums, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. Carry on.
And I was like, "Oh, he's fine, but Jay Gibson is awesome." And I was like, "What? Like the quiet guy?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's great."
Yeah.
And I don't know, it took years for other people to start realizing.
You know, the first time I met Jay, I walked into the team room, and Jay was laying on a cot.
Oh yeah.
In the corner.
Yes.
With a whoopee.
Yes.
And I think he was going to bed. And
he lived there for a number of years.
Yeah.
He was there close to a decade, I think.
Yeah. And I kind of, you know, talked to him a little bit and just kind of said hi and went about my business. You know, he's kind of a quiet guy, and he won't really engage with you unless there's something to be said or you engage with him. Very polite and everything, just, you know,
almost formal.
Yeah. And whatever, and then somebody said later on, like, "Oh, that's the downrange photographer guy."
Oh,
and I was like, "Oh, downrange photographer." And then I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then they told me the whole controversy, and I looked into, you know, the video or whatever. I was trying to find the video of him or pictures or whatever, and I found him, and I thought, okay, that's not something I would do personally, but okay. And then the first class I took here, Jay stood next to my target and took a picture of me, and I was shooting, and I thought, man, I was never more accurate than that right when Jay was standing next to that target. But no, I mean, I just thought once you get to know Jay and you really know a lot about him and stuff, if you don't like Jay, you are wrong. Yeah. There's something seriously wrong with you.
The problem's not with Jay.
I will literally beat you. I will beat you up. I will just I'll beat you down. I'll beat you down.
He wouldn't describe himself as such, but I will. He's almost Buddhist-like in the way he does things, because he's like, okay, here's how we would kill 50 people in 3.2 seconds. Oh, hang on, stop. That snail is going to get stepped on. Hold on a second. Yeah. I'm not even joking. Yeah. I am not. That dude has stopped so many times for fucking turtles in the road.
Yeah. Yeah, I think...
and that's not bad. I'm not knocking him for that at all. It's just, the first time he did that, I thought, Jay is going to go kill that turtle and eat it right in front of me. That's how Jay works. We're going to have turtle stew in the own shell.
Well, I think people... He's kind of he's not the tallest guy in the world. And I think people think, oh, he's got a short man syndrome. Because he's very, like... I would now describe it as introspective. Mm-hmm. Like, he's always thinking about stuff, and he's always got the funniest thing to say at the right time. I don't know how he does that, but...
What is this short man syndrome you speak of?
Well, that's the funny thing. Like,
you know.
You know, the funny thing is, like, all the short dudes that I meet here don't have that. I think that says something.
But I don't think they can. I don't think they can come here. There'd be too much ego. No,
Yeah.
I don't think they would
yeah.
show up because
Yeah.
there would be too much ego on the line.
Well, that's the thing. Like, people come here. You're short. You're fat. You're tall. You're skinny. You're ugly. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. As long as you're a cool dude and you're nice, and you're a good.
Pull your share. Be safe.
Yep. Yeah. Everybody's happy.
You're right. Nobody cares
Yeah. That's nice.
except for Tim. Tim cares.
Which is funny because he's Tim.
Well, he's scoping out potential victims.
There's a reason why they call him unregistered.
What's funny, Tim is 12 feet to my left inside watching a movie, so he has no idea what we're talking about.
Fast forwarding through most of it.
Yes.
Because he's seen it.
Just to the scenes where the red
100
coats are getting
times.
killed.
Yeah. Hey, what's your favorite movie?
Last of the Mohicans.
Are you serious?
Yep. And it's
Wow,
either that or
And
12,
that's the one play.
Just stop.
or 12
Okay.
monkeys.
Yeah. Oh, that's not bad. Favorite movie?
I don't know, man. There's a bunch.
Come on, you gotta know this.
I have a top 10. No, I don't. No, I don't. I've got.
Seriously?
I have a top 10.
There's
I've
not
got
one
a bunch of.
that stands
Not
above
one.
those.
I don't think. Man, it varies. There's a bunch. I love Casablanca. I mean, that's an old movie. I love
That's
Blade
my
Runner.
favorite movie.
Are you serious?
Casablanca is my favorite movie.
I
It's the
haven't
best
seen it.
movie with
That
the
is
best
awesome.
screenplay, with the best actors and actresses, with the best scenes and the best one-liners and the best ending ever.
It is. You know how they came up with the ending? Did you ever hear the
Wait,
story?
I haven't seen it. Are you going to ruin it for me?
Okay, two
Yes.
brothers.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2
We're gonna
brothers.
ruin it right
I
now.
have it in there.
It's
Watch it later.
It's literally
on reel
the
to
best.
reel?
So the two brothers
No.
are trying to. The two brothers are trying to figure out how to end it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, Rick's gonna die, or in this fact,
Yeah.
somebody's gonna die,
Right.
and they're driving along, and one of them looks at the other and he goes, "Round up the usual suspects," and it's like, no, this is how we pull this off, and then it's okay because they come down to that, and it's like, Rick, hey, whoa, really, you like that?
Somebody has shot the major.
You really do like that?
Yeah. That is my favorite movie of all time.
It is.
I've watched that
definitely
movie
top 5.
so many times.
I can watch it over and over again.
Yeah, I love that one a lot. The Treasure of the Sierra Madre. I love Humphrey Bogart, and I used to watch like all the High Sierra and so many of those. Some of them,
Maltese Falcon.
yeah, some of
I
them
love that.
are a little. But
I'm sending you up.
those are good. I saw the
Sending you
Maltese
up.
Falcon in the NRA museum. They had it there.
Really?
Yeah, they had it there. From the movie, so it was funny because
a
it said,
cool movie.
"Do not take pictures," and I was like, "Snap!" And I look, and I go, "Oh,
Fate accomplished.
too late."
Yeah, he just admitted it on film.
On
Yeah,
film.
they're gonna kick me
With
out
the
of
camera.
They're going to revoke your membership.
They let me into the archives.
Off camera, I will tell you something about one of the dudes that used to work at the NRA Museum, but I
As long as we're taking an interrogative here, what the hell did you think I was going to talk about? What did you think I was going to talk about with the bank thing?
Nothing.
Now nothing?
Nothing.
You're like, that story doesn't need to be told. What story?
No, nothing. That's not where I thought you were going. It's okay. Moving along.
All right.
Here we go.
So, since we're on that subject, favorite movie, what's your favorite book?
The Bible.
Fair enough.
You mean fiction book, or I mean outside of
Wait a minute. We don't want to get in that argument, but
outside of a religious text?
sure.
It would be really hard to say. I've read a lot of books, but the one that stands out to me, probably because I read it last year, is Watership Down. Was really good. It was a great story.
All right. I haven't read it, so it's now on my list.
Do you know what it is?
Nope.
It's a story about rabbits.
Yep.
Okay.
The author used to tell the story to his girls, taking them to school, and then somebody said, "You need to write this crap down because it's good." I thought it was good. Sorry. They made a movie about it, I think.
What about you, sir?
Gates of Fire, Stephen Pressfield.
Gates of Fire is my favorite book as well.
I've probably read that
what
10
is it?
times. I can pick that up anywhere
have a
in that
copy here?
book. I either have one here at the shop.
At
I
the
think
shop.
I've
There's
got
one at the
here.
shop.
All right.
I have it on my Kindle.
I can pick it up anywhere, open to any page, and start reading.
And like when I first started reading it, I wasn't so sure because the whole first page, like the whole page, is one dude's name. And I went, this is going to be terrible. By the time it was over, I was like, man, this was the best book I've ever read.
That's got. I've been disappointed by his other books because I think to a large extent that gets the whole warrior mindset better than any other single thing I have ever read
Yep.
anywhere.
Agreed.
Because it's like, yeah, we're fighting because we're Spartans, and eventually it comes down to we're fighting because I would rather die than have the dude to my left or my right think
Yeah.
less of me.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Afghan campaign was good. That was another book at Pressfield wrote.
I couldn't get into that. I tried that.
Good to know.
Interesting stuff.
Check it out.
So yeah, we both have helped each other out here.
There you go.
We're both gonna read a book.
Casablanca. Second favorite movie though, Red Dawn. Red Dawn.
So Dave and I, this summer, spent some
Yes.
time in Las Vegas, New Mexico.
I was there 2012.
Oh, nice. So we went around, got some snapshots of the places.
Did you go to the hotel
No.
with the? You didn't. It's by the train station.
No,
We saw the train
it.
station.
We
Yeah.
saw it. Remember, we kept looking at that one building,
Yeah.
and we're like, that place
the
really looks
Castaneda.
familiar. Yeah.
I remember seeing the
Castaneda.
train station there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a fence around it.
If you go to the train station, they have a thing that shows you like all the different sites. There's over 50 films have been filmed. In
Oh, I
there.
didn't know that. I heard that we saw that there were a ton
Yeah,
of films
what was
there.
that other note we were talking about? That
No Country for Old
No
Men.
Country for Old Men was the other big,
Yep.
the big one that that caught our attention. So then we went up to like the drugstore sign,
Yeah.
which isn't a drugstore actually, but
It's a bank or something.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
The big welcome to Calumet or whatever.
yeah. They repainted that like a couple years before I went, and the building that they blew up, where they blow up and there's a tank
In the
out
corner,
front.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
corner,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's still blown up. It's still blown up.
That's awesome.
And the locals are still pissed. They're like, we didn't know you were going to blow it up.
Here's your millions. Go away.
Yeah, yeah. That was a cool trip.
Yeah, that was awesome. What were you guys doing there?
We went out to the Whittington Center for a class to teach a class.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool. I enjoyed going there. That was cool. Yeah,
Yep.
Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Yeah, it was a cool trip.
It's a tiny town. Oh, we went to the high school too. Did you guys? Well, it's not. In reality, it's a middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And all the stuff
yeah,
took
yeah.
place around
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
And if you go around the back to where the football field is and everything, that's where the parking lot is now a baseball field, I think, or something. And the windows with the Russian shootout are now
Yeah.
a wall.
Yeah.
with small windows.
We were playing Guess Where This Is.
Yeah.
It was like,
Oh, really?
hey, that, yeah.
And we're like picturing scenes like, yeah, that's where the helicopter came straight down this road, and
Yeah. Yeah. That was awesome.
yeah.
It was funny because we were driving around in a Crown Vic, and it had like the bars in the window in the back, the cop bars, and it had a cop push bar, and it had my buddy's like he bought this cop car and he bought a bunch of stuff for it, so it's like all cop looking car, for fun, and it actually came from Albuquerque PD, which is funny. So we're driving around, and we're like kind of getting out and like looking around and stuff, and the cops of Las Vegas were following us around. Like, what are these guys doing? Who are these guys?
Yeah, actually, I think it's my 100th episode. I got a shot doing the Wolverine
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
that's
AK.
right.
And
I took it.
You took the picture.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, the other half of that film was filmed in, like, Colorado, right?
I think so.
So, yeah.
Which is where the film took place.
Right, yeah. Actually took place.
Yeah.
But
What'd you think of the new one?
it was actually, I thought that if you watch that film, I thought it was pretty decent for, like, if you took the name away, Red Dawn, and you just put, like, freaking Koreans invade, it would be a halfway decent film.
Yeah, I
But
didn't
because it was a remake of Red Dawn, it sucked. And if you're a huge fan of Red Dawn, then it's not going to make you happy. But if you just take that out, pretend like it's not Red Dawn, just another film.
He backed it
It's
up.
all right. Whoa.
The chick just jumped off the ledge and Tim backed it up because I saw her falling.
He likes her.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's the ending of it was the stupidest ending of almost any movie of all time.
Are you talking about the minigun on top of the Mustang?
Yes. No, was it a Mustang? I thought it was a Mini Cooper.
Well, I don't remember. I just
It
remember
it was like a car.
I never watched it, and I'm proud of that.
It's not.
I never
horrible.
saw the new one.
It's not terrible
The
movie.
the problem is instead of the brothers being brothers, they're like, oh, I'm the brother that's responsible. I'm the brother that's bitchy and moany, and they're like, it was not fun. It was no, and there was pieces that they took.
There was
out
a lot
to
of
try to-
whining. It sounds like.
Oh yeah, there was a ton of
that's
whining.
the new
Yeah.
norm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Metrosexuals
But there was
and whining.
the early parts were actually pretty good, and the Korean dudes come out and they kill the dad in the field.
Yeah, that
It was
bad.
good. It was like I thought it was a good twist to the
Killing the
to
deer
the story.
scene was good.
I love the
Yes.
whole fact that the studio caved into pressure. China, okay, yeah, I can maybe see that. Korea, really? Korea with the made-up nuclear bomb and the shit that doesn't go anywhere. And we're like, oh no, they're a threat. Yeah, they're a threat. They can't feed their own people.
You have to suspend disbelief.
Yeah, by a whole lot.
It was all right. I did enjoy a few parts of it, but no, it was not a good film. There's a whole bunch of these films coming out now with like dystopian futures, and they're all like cookie cutter,
Yep.
you know, and they all suck. Like the Mockingjay, what is that called? Hunger Games.
Yes.
The Hunger Games. The books were actually pretty decent. The author is a total idiot. Like I heard her interviewed a few times. She's like, "Oh, I'm trying to bring awareness to like worldwide hunger." I'm like, "No, you're not. No, you're not. This is very clearly a book about fascism." You know, which is funny because I bet she didn't really realize that people would take different things away from the story. You know,
I've not read the books. My daughter did. Both my daughters did, and my youngest
books
daughter
were great.
loved it. So when the movies came out, I took her to see the movies, and I said, "Is this a Dr. Seuss book?" She's like, "No, why?" I said, "Because when they go to the capital city," I said, "This looks like a Dr. Seuss story now."
Yeah, I actually thought if you read it, if you like know a lot about history, you know a lot about what's actually happening right now in our country, and you know about just these different things, and maybe you've read like 1984 and some other books.
A horrible book.
Which is really boring, yeah. But like you've read some of these other things, and you have this, I think, a more realistic view of our world. Maybe when you read this, it's almost like they're making fun of like us, like as the world and people. Like they're like, oh yeah, we're moving in the direction where people will actually have like blue lipstick and
Yeah.
you know, which is the norm.
So the problem with 1984 is there's
Here we
no
go.
character in it where you can relate to.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't. Whatever happens to any character here, it didn't bother me because I'm like, none of those people I have any connection to. I couldn't get a connection to them. Now I've read worse books like Unintended Consequences.
You don't like it?
Fuck no.
Everybody's saying how great it is.
I'll give you my copy
You
of
didn't
it.
like it either? I want it.
I'll give it to you.
I'll read it.
It's the worst book ever.
The worst book ever.
I may have left notes in it, like why is this fucking paragraph even in the book? But hey, just ignore those and read the book.
Somebody said this the first 3/4 of the book is just boring setup for the last quarter. Which
That's what everyone told me when I got to the last quarter. It didn't get any better. It may have gotten worse.
yeah. Well, have you guys read 299 Days, the book series?
I have not.
I got to tell you, I read it and I was impressed. I liked it a lot. And
Tim Morris, ladies
go
and
away.
gentlemen.
Here, Tim, come
All right,
sit
no,
in on this.
Tim, come out. Come on.
I get to sit in on this?
Come in.
Yeah, go sit.
Come on in. Get us some more beers, Biggers. So 299 Days. We're dropping guns or something.
Nice holster.
What happened?
It's not
Is
an
that you?
NSR or a.
No, it's
breeze
a magazine. My bad.
Magazine.
Okay, where we go? Go ahead.
So 299 Days is like about the collapse of America or whatever, and it's written by a dude in Washington State, and so it's about Washington State. And the guy, I mean, if you meet him, first thing he'll tell you is like, "I'm not a writer," you know, and he wrote 10 freaking books. And he's like, "I'm not a writer," and that's like, oh, so people are like, "Oh, well, I don't like this part. He's not a very good writer." But he's like, "Yeah, I know, I'm not a writer. He's like, you know, I just happen to like write these books, and they were all right." And so I actually thought that the dialogue and a lot of the stuff in there was really good. And the other things he told me is that, one, the main character is basically him. Two, all the conversations and things that happen in the book like are real people and real conversations that have happened, which is why I think the dialogue is actually pretty decent. And three, it's the closest thing to the reality of what I think was actually probably going to happen, at least for us in the Northwest, for sure, once the crap hits the fan. But up in that area, man, it is good. It's like spot on with a lot of stuff, the way that I think things are going to go down in the near future. Could totally be wrong on that, but that's my view. Anyway, it's pretty good.
Well, I usually read about 3 nonfiction books for every fiction book.
Yeah.
So it's been on my list of books to get around to.
Yeah.
I just haven't yet, and I have not watched your videos reviewing them. I saw that you were doing those,
Yeah.
and I started to, and I realized that you were talking about things happening in the book. I was like, well, I can't watch this review because it'll give everything in the book away. So I stopped. And
I don't do book reviews. I do story criticisms. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So like, I read prepper books, and then I talk about what the prepper dudes did right or wrong, and then I do a short commentary on like the writing and stuff, and then I move on to like the actual story, because that's what people want to hear is like, oh, Haas, like everybody's like, oh, what did you think about this? And I'll be like, oh, it was kind of well written, and the author was like this, but the dialogue sucks, and they're like, no, what do you think about the story? And so I'm like, okay, well, I'll tell you about.
What would you have done if you were in their shoes?
Yeah. So that's what everybody wants to know. So that's what I talk about.
Fair enough. I've only ever reviewed one book.
Yeah.
And it was nonfiction. It's The Sentinel by Pat McNamara.
Yeah.
Pat's not a writer either, but it's full of great information, and it's like $4 on Amazon. So
Yeah.
Well, I can only relate. I've read some prepper books. And
You
stuff
can
like
read?
that. Yeah, actually, yeah. It's kind of slow, maybe a page a day.
So it took him 12 years to finish Unintended Consequences.
Well,
Lemonade.
so, but I can speak.
He's been working on Atlas Shrugged since it was first released.
I've been can relate to that on a personal perspective. Like about 10 years ago, we had this big ice storm in Kentucky and Tennessee area, and it snapped all the electrical poles for miles and miles and miles. Not only did it do that, it dropped trees all over the road, so there was no way to get around, nothing. And I was on the fire department. They put a curfew in, but since I was on the fire department, I could be out after curfew.
Abusing your power.
Wait, is this the 4 cigarette story? 4 packs of cigarettes story?
Yeah, but that's later.
All right, never mind.
So at any rate, though, but what I found out, what was real funny about that is, and it's not criticism on young people, but maybe it is, the young people were not prepared. And what I mean by that is we had people, we knew our people in our area that we were responsible for as far as the fire department goes. And the young people that had like kids and stuff like that, they had no formula saved up. They bought a can at a time at the store and stuff like that. So the first 72 hours, all we did was clear roads, trying to get people and trying to get to people we knew needed help, people with children and stuff like that. The old folks, the people that were like needed insulin, and the old folks that needed medication and stuff like that. What we found out when we got to those folks is they were prepared. Like one lady we got to, we knew that was in our area that did insulin every day, and she was, heavily diabetic. I mean, I don't know what that means, but she'd take a couple shots a day.
Right.
And she said, I got a 90-day supply, I'm good. And she wasn't freaking out.
Yeah.
But the people with kids and the younger folks were just absolutely freaking out.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have any preparation whatsoever. So
they're probably still not prepared.
Right. Yeah. But the whole story behind that is it gave me a good outlook on it, because everybody, even if the roads were open, they weren't getting anything into the community.
Yep.
And people don't know this, but most grocery stores have a maximum of 72 hours worth of food.
Yep.
And that's all they got.
Yeah.
And if the trucks don't come, that's all they got. So those shelves are going to be bare in a minimum of time. So the prepper books and stuff like that, I like to read them, and I think there's some validity to them, most of them. But just common sense stuff that you guys can do to prepare yourself. Like if you've got kids, fucking, don't worry about diapers. You can wash fucking t-shirts out and diaper the kid. Worry about insulin and things like that the kid's going to need for nutrition and staying alive. As far as diapers go, hell, cut up some t-shirts. What the hell?
Stuff that you cannot make or scrounge up or from around your house. Make or modify.
So it's getting dark, so we're going to cut this video out here in a minute. We're going to keep talking, but we're going to stop filming it. So check out Haas's channel. I've recommended it before. I'm going to put the link down here. You probably can't even see my hand. Tim Morris over there, colleague, roommate, good friend, and weird uncle. He's starting his own channel. If his comes out before this video does, the link for that will also be down here.
Tim is one of the greatest guys I've ever met.
Nicest dude in the world.
Sweet Jesus.
So
what's happening? We got party surprises next. That's a little scary.
So I'm going to sign off. You fellas out there, take it easy.
All right. See you later. Fun.
Have you seen the fucking visors with the hair attached?
Yeah.
I want one of those so bad.
You could totally.
Because you can
You've
just
heard
throw it
that.
on, it looks like you have a flat top.
You could be easily disguised.
So to any of my viewers, if you have a visor with hair attached,
Are you recording this?
send it to 116 Wood Avenue, Camden, Tennessee 38320, and Dave will wear it in a video.
I will wear it in the video.
All right.